Westbrook and his agent have been discussing trade possibilities with Thunder GM Sam Presti. Woj says the Heat have expressed interest, a potential destination that also appeals to Westbrook. Now, Miami the right place for Russell Westbrook?
Miami is the right place because we get another opportunity to get a dynamic duo going in the game. We got two in L.A., we got one with the Nets. We still had a Splash Brothers, people overlooked them. And all of a sudden you get hard-playing Russell Westbrook with Jimmy Butler and his toughness and tenacity and his big game ability. When people continue to talk about Russell Westbrook, of course you're going to talk about his weaknesses first for some strange reason, and his inability to consistently shoot from three. But didn't he average a triple-double for the second straight year? Did I miss something? Like, I keep hearing people talk about his game like he fell off. Russell Westbrook did not fall off. And if he goes to Miami and plays under that culture with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, they're going to be competitive on a nightly basis.
I think you just hit it on the head, though. I mean, Pat Riley. Look, let's face it, Jimmy Butler and Russell Westbrook, they're a little high maintenance. I mean, there's going to be potential.
We all are.
All right, but they're better than the problems.
You tell a guy to cut your hair, I want to make sure it's extra shiny.
Thank you.
I don't just want it bald.
All right, I appreciate that. But here's the deal. You've got Pat Riley. All right, and Pat Riley's bigger than Jimmy Butler. He's bigger than Russell Westbrook.
Sir.
He's got 7 rings. The potential drama that could happen with a Jimmy Butler in the locker room or Russell Westbrook, they're not having that in Miami. And then you add a guy like Tyler Hero who can make shots, who can play off of those two guys, Bam Adebayo in a ball screen with those two guys. They've got a chance to make a little bit of run. I think it's a perfect fit because Pat Riley can keep it all together.
And also, RD, I want to make sure I point something out to people. Please put Russell Westbrook in the Eastern Conference. Please. People keep forgetting how he was putting up these numbers and balling in the West and that stout competition at point guard. You put him in the East, those numbers just elevated. He just got more dominant. Kyle Lowry, who just won a championship with the Raptors, came into this year. We were wondering if he could perform in the playoffs. He's been an all-star 5 times in the East. D'Angelo Russell, Middleton, Vucevic, first-time all-stars in the East this year would not have been all-stars in the West. Okay, you put him in the Eastern Conference, it's going to be over. He's going to be dominant.
I may be the last one off the Russell Westbrook train. I believe he's a great player. I believe you can win a championship with him. I think it's the West.
Because you love dudes who can what?
Who play hard.
Who can score.
Who can score.
And play hard.
If a dude can score, RD's all in.
That's why they keep score. I mean, you need guys that can get you buckets when whatever you put in the huddle, coach.
Don't tell me about that defense.
Hey, you know what?
But I got
an investment for people. If you want to buy some NBA season tickets this year, buy them for the Thunder. Just think about this. They're going to have Russell Westbrook, Paul George returning. They're going to have Victor Oladipo returning. They're going to have James Harden returning. Next year, they're going to have KD returning. You get a chance to see some of the most emotional games if you're an Oklahoma City Thunder season ticket holder. How about that?
Well, you know what? It speaks to the point that you've talked about, smaller market, got to draft well. Oklahoma City has done that brilliantly. Keeping it together.
Blake Griffin comes home to play.
All right.
I'm just saying.
That's a tough sell, though, when you're always marketing to visitors. Let's run the floor. Big double-double. You get season tickets for the New York Knicks. R.J. Barrett, 21-10. Jalen, what do you think of R.J. so far?
I think the young fella, while he's been inefficient, he does something I really like. He keeps shooting. And I'm going to tell you what. As long as you keep doing that, they're going to start to go in, young.
He's got to make more than 23% from the summer league. He's playing against a bunch of dudes
guys in the
that won't be in the league.
23% from
How about the Pelicans rookie Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another Canadian product, 26. Seth, did the Pelicans steal this guy, 17 overall?
They did steal him. He's got size, he's got feel, he can shoot the 3, and he's going to get an opportunity. He's got a really, really high basketball IQ. I think he's going to be a very good player in the league.
Look, I know they keep score in the games. You see the Pelicans won here. The Heat lost. But the 13th overall pick, and a little bit surprising he went this high to me. Tyler Hero out of Kentucky continues to impress. Jalen, what do you think?
Catch and shoot, down screen all day. He has a skill that's going to translate. And sometimes when you play at Kentucky with so many McDonald's All-Americans, you can be overshadowed. But this guy's a knockdown shooter that's going to have a big time.
And he can play off the bounce. This dude has more game than you realize.
Yes.
Hero with 15 in the 31 minutes. It is not all NBA, though the association does a great job of controlling the narrative in the offseason. 56 days till the NFL starts. Dak Prescott, no deal beyond this season with the Cowboys, heading into the final year of his rookie contract, taken in the 4th round in 2016 after a stellar career at Mississippi State under Dan Mullen. Now, Dak has won 32 games as a starting quarterback since coming into the league. It's second most in the NFL behind Brady's 35. Now, 3 of the 4 quarterbacks with at least 30 wins in the last 3 seasons have taken home at least $40 million in cash during that time, while Dak Prescott has earned just $2 million. For more, let's welcome in NFL insider Dan Graziano. Dan, how are the Cowboys approaching the negotiations with their quarterback?
Reese, they're taking a disciplined approach. I mean, reputations aside, the Cowboys front office has actually been pretty disciplined in the way it handles things like the draft and free agency and contracts over the past half-decade or so, and this is no exception. They believe that they will get Dak Prescott signed before the season starts, that he won't be a lame duck quarterback going into his final year. It's a matter of getting to the number. At this point, the Cowboys haven't really heard from Dak Prescott's camp a number that they're comfortable with, so they're waiting to see if maybe the player, as training camp gets closer, wants to do a deal that might help their negotiating position. But I believe that the Cowboys are willing to pay Dak Prescott at or near the top of the quarterback market, and I don't think that's crazy. I mean, you mentioned he has more wins than anybody since Brady, since he came into the league. If Carson Wentz just signed for $32 million a year, you guys can go back and forth on who's the better quarterback. But Prescott's case to earn more money isn't nuts. He's won more games. He's won more division titles. He's played in more playoff games. So I think that's probably where they are in terms of conversations with the agent.
There's also that steadying presence that Dak brings just with the force of his personality. Now, staying with the Cowboys in the contract, Ezekiel Elliott signed through next season, but could this situation with Zeke